In nearly every waking second of our lives, we're either doing one of two things: producing or consuming. It's a topic that I've become deeply fascinated with, considering how much the two affect each other. Whether we think about it or not, we're all aware that production and work is what leads to tangible success. Putting things on paper, whether it be through your 9-to-5 job, whether it be through a creative outlet like writing, or something like going to the gym, going on runs. The production of something is where you get your tangible results. However, what I think a lot of people aren't aware of is your consumption directly affects your production. Capitalistic societies glorify brute work, putting those on a pedestal who show relentless effort. And for good reason. Obsessed with experimentation, Thomas Edison was famous for sleeping in short bursts, leading to the creation of over 1,000 patents that shaped the 19th and 20th centuries. Elon Musk, the wealthiest man on the planet, is often cited working 90 to 100-hour weeks while building and running Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and countless other companies. No matter the era or field, hyper-successful people share a commonality: an unmatched level of output towards a singular goal. You might be wondering, what's the point I'm trying to make? And no, it's not scroll less reels or watch your screen time or up your output until you're undeniable. It's that creativity always precedes production. And where does creativity come from? It comes from consumption. Ideas don't appear out of thin air. They're formed and nurtured by the conversations we have, what we watch, what we read, the media we absorb. Whether we realize it or not, every output we manufacture started as an input from someone, somewhere. This is why it's so critical to control what you consume on a daily basis. Take the content of this video, for example. The idea didn't come out of thin air. It came from years of conversations with others, of interacting with the world, of developing my own philosophy through reading and consuming others' ideas. If I had never taken an interest in improving myself, I would have likely never started consuming content surrounding philosophy, self-help, the mind, how people interact with each other. I would have never read books pertaining to these topics as well, or started reading newsletters, watching YouTube videos. And if I never did those things, then I certainly would have never created this video that you're now watching. The point is, consumption always comes before production, and what you consume directly affects what you produce. What has really helped me in this area is to do a hyper-specific and conscious audit of how you spend your time. Phones and computers and other things have made it really easy to analytically track what apps you use and how much time you're spending on them. And I'm not recommending to, set screen time limits or things of that nature. I think it really is on you to develop the self-discipline to feed your mind with what will better you going forward. Are you reading? Are you learning? Are you listening to other people? Are you engaging in conversations and dialogue that you typically wouldn't find yourself in? At first, it certainly can be scary, especially when you start creating things based off of what you consume, because you don't feel like a power actor in the field. But everyone starts at the bottom. I think this is something you should be acutely aware of. Anyone that wants to criticize you for bettering yourself or entering a new field, trying to learn about something new, that's a them problem. That's not a you problem. When you do the self-audit to see how you spend your time and see how you want to change yourself going forward, I think it's important to remember that we're not machines. A great quote from T.S. Eliot that I always fall back on: time you enjoy wasting is not time wasted. If you enjoy watching football on Sunday, spend that Sunday on the couch. If you enjoy watching Love Island in the summer, watch Love Island in the summer. Give yourself time to scroll reels every once in a while. It's not the end of the world, and it'll help avoid burnout going forward. Your problem isn't spending your Sundays on the couch watching football or binge watching Love Island. It's the pattern you create when you do these things over and over on a daily basis. It's what consumes you in the morning. Is the first thing you do when you wake up roll over and open social media? It's what you do during your lunch break. Are you scrolling on reels during your lunch break? Or are you listening to a podcast that could help you, or reading a book? It's what the brain digests before bed. Are you setting your phone aside, taking some time to read and meditate, or are you scrolling reels until you fall asleep? As James Clear wrote, lessons don't stick unless they're repeated, behaviors don't stick unless they're repeated, love does not stick unless it's repeated. The practice is what solidifies. In closing, I want to make it clear that a high quantity of production will always beat little to no production. You can sit around and consume the best podcasts, the best YouTube videos, read the best books, but if you don't do anything with that, all it's done is nurture your mind. And certainly there's something to be said for that, but if you're looking to create, and if you're looking to make things that can help others, you need to turn your consumption into production. Another place a lot of people get stuck is in the creativity and ideas phase. You know you want to be successful. You know you want to run your own business. You know you want to do things that require creative energy. But you don't think you have this creativity. You aren't manufacturing ideas that you think are meaningful. A lot of this can be traced back to your consumption. If you spend your time watching reels, binge watching TV, and never consuming things that are truly impactful and meaningful, why do you expect to create ideas out of thin air? These ideas will come from what you consume, whether it's watching podcasts of people you respect, of leaders in the industry that you want to get into, whether it's reading books on business, on finance, on creating content, on e-commerce, even on philosophy and psychology, all the way back to the days of Marcus Aurelius in the Roman Empire. All of this stacks up and all of it matters. Although that $1 million idea may seem to pop out of nowhere, it's come from your months and years of consumption, of nurturing your brain around certain ideas and certain habits. I made this video not to be preachy in any sense or hate on what social media has turned into, but to explain to you that what you consume really turns into what you produce. And if you're lacking on the production side, it's important to reflect and tune in to your consumption side.